All right, we're joined by Mackenzie Patterson, outfielder from Corinth, freshman slash sophomore, second year here either way. I want you to start by talking about the excitement of the season that's approaching and how excited you and your teammates are to get out there and play some competition.
We're all excited. This is kind of new to us, just like it's new to them. Even though we're sophomores in the classroom, we're all freshmen on the field. So it's a learning experience, and we're excited to hopefully actually get to play this year and get things going.
Now, even though you are a freshman on the field this year, as you said, y'all did get a little bit of game experience last year. Even played one conference game at Gulf Coast, so you've been able to witness what it's like to play in this league on the road, especially. So just talk a bit about the experiences that you and some of the other girls that are returning will bring to this team going into the season.
Well, we definitely know about how exciting it is to be on the road and get to travel, and it's just a new atmosphere, transitioning from high school to college, and there's a lot more intensity, and it's just really fun to play.
Okay, well, let's talk about going into this season here. Of course, elephant in the room, COVID protocols and everything, that's different from last year. Just touch briefly on that and the protocols that you and your teammates are going through, how it's kind of affected things, and what you all are doing to help keep your team safe.
Well, we're definitely limited to some of the things that we're able to do, as far as we try to stay as socially distanced as possible, and we wear our mask whenever we can. And so it just takes away a little bit from the closeness that we used to have, but, we're just doing the best we can and trying to push through.
All right, well, let's talk a bit about last season again. You got a little pop in your bat. You've hit a few over the fence last year. Talk a bit about what you have worked on to help your game offensively and defensively headed into this season.
Well, I just go practice each day and work as hard as I can and stay focused mentally, and just don't try to let adversity throw me off. Just push through the little things.
Okay, Mackenzie, well, talk a bit about some of the goals that this year's team has, and individually as well, some that you have, but as a team as a whole, what's the team goal this year?
Well, our main goal for sure is to keep everyone healthy, everyone safe, so that we can make it through the season. And we also want to defend our state title and hopefully play for a national title this year. So even though we're young, I think we can do it.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about that youth on the team. How have you seen the true, quote-unquote, true freshmen this year? How have you seen them progress through the fall and so far through preseason?
Well, they've definitely grown a lot. Like I said earlier, it's a transition from high school to college, and they've handled it well. We've had some bumps in the road, but that's with everybody and everything when you have a new experience like that. But we're coming together, and they're all working together, and everyone's working hard, and we'll get through.
Okay, well, thank you for your time, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Ooh, fumble. Let's give her a Renaissance replay. Make the right call with Renaissance and get cell phone protection with Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking. Sign up today.
Now we are joined by Ivy Watts, sophomore in the classroom, freshman on the field, as Mackenzie said in her interview. Ivy, let's just get right to it. First off, how excited are you and the team to get this season going?
We are very excited. We've been working really hard in the off season to get where we're at right now. There's a lot of new faces on the field, but I'm excited to see how everyone's going to work together when the first game comes.
Okay, well now, last year you did get some experience in before the COVID shut the season down, and even got to go on the road and experience a game atmosphere in the league and see how tough it is to play in this league. Talk a little bit about that experience and how you're going to be able to carry that over and help the team this season.
It was for sure a lot different competition than I faced in high school. Everyone's serious about the sport, and just every person on the field gets after it. So it's going to be a lot different experience for the new girls that are here. And it's just a lot tougher competition, but I have a feeling that we're going to come together well and work together to compete at the same level as all the other teams.
Okay, well, this season's definitely going to be a little different feel with all the COVID protocols. Talk a bit about what you and your team are doing to help keep each other healthy.
We all wear masks in the buildings and just try to social distance, and we're doing everything we can to stay healthy and be prepared for our season.
Okay, well, let's talk about that season preparation. Let's talk about the preseason. How you and the few other returning players that are sophomores in the classroom, freshmen in the field, of course. But talk about how y'all are working with the freshman class to get them progressed and ready for this season.
We're trying to teach them how to be mentally strong and just be prepared physically, because this will be a long season, playing doubleheaders all the time, and we're just trying to prepare them the best way we can mentally and physically.
Okay. Well, last season you had some success at the plate. Talk a little bit about what you've done to achieve some individual goals this season.
This season I've done a lot of tee work and just worked really hard on trying to just hit the ball solidly and find holes.
Okay. Well, while we're speaking of goals, talk about the team goal as a whole this year. What are y'all trying to accomplish on the field this season?
This season, we're just trying to accomplish staying healthy and finding some wins, and just continuing to protect our state title.
All right. Well, just lastly here, just touch on the last minute preparations that you and the team are putting together right now to get ready for the season.
We're scrimmaging a lot just to prepare the hitters for live pitching, and just trying to see where everyone fits in on the field.
All right. Well, best of luck this season.
Thank you.
$5 for my own money?
That's a bad call. Let's give him a Renaissance replay. Sign up for Renaissance Rewards Extra Checking with ATM refunds today.
All right, now we're joined by head softball coach Andy Kirk. Now, Coach Kirk, exciting time of the year. Opening day is fastly approaching. Talk a little bit about the excitement of you and your girls getting out there and getting after it.
Yeah, kids are very excited. We've actually had, several pretty days to get on the field. That's a worry that you always have coming January, just what kind of weather and how much time are you going to get actually on the dirt. But the kids got a lot of excitement. They've been working hard in the weight room and on the field, just getting better. It's an interesting team. They're fun to be around. So we're getting ready for the season to kick off.
Okay, well, you got a lot of youth on the team this season, as me and you have discussed previously, but you do have some ladies returning that will be a help to you as well. Talk a little bit about the ones you have returning and what they're going to bring to the table with that experience.
Yeah, by far, this is my 10th year, and this is the youngest team we've had. We've got 4 sophomores that were with us last year. 3 are position players. One's a pitcher. Ivy Watts will be right in the middle of the lineup. Mackenzie Patterson, she'll be leading off or batting in the second hole, playing center field for us. Brianna Posey, third base, DP. She'll be right there with Ivy as one of our power hitters. Both of those will be supplying RBIs, home runs, doubles. And then we got Madison Burris, who pitched a lot in game 2s, the few games we got to play last year. But now she's our game 1 starter, and she's stepped up and taken that role. And she is really doing a good job guiding these young pitchers and getting them ready. And then we have a 5th sophomore who wasn't with us last year but transferred in, which I guess with COVID, everybody's actually a freshman this year. That's how we consider them. And she'll be in left field. That'll be Katie Rutledge batting leadoff for second. Her and McKenzie being our table setters.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about that youth now and the true, quote-unquote, true freshmen that you have this year. Talk about how they progressed through the fall and how they're doing so far in preseason.
Of course, the unprecedented year with the COVID made it tough in the fall. We were very fortunate that we got through all of our practices except for the last 3 days without losing a single player to quarantine or COVID or anything. So we got a lot of stuff in. Really excited about, we got three freshman pitchers, Emily Robinson, Kamaya Hampton, and Madison Jenkins. I think they're going to really offset with Madison Burris to give us as good a pitching staff as we've had in a long time, just giving us a lot of options. And with COVID, sickness, rainouts, you never know when you're going to play back-to-back days and how it's going to go, that this could be the year that you actually need as many pitchers as you got. We're excited about them. And then, of course, besides Abby, some days we're going to have a whole infield that's going to be freshmen. Catchers, third, short, and second. So it's been a learning development for them. We're ready to kick it off, get started, so we can start learning from some of those mistakes that we make in those early games to get ready for conference, because we know we play in the toughest conference in America.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the COVID protocols and stuff that you and your team are having to navigate through, as well as everybody else is. Just talk a bit about how that and how your girls have adjusted to that to still get the work done, to get ready, and be safe.
Yeah, our team has been very resilient, and they've been very dedicated and disciplined. We were able to do our temperature checks before practice, after practice, before workouts, after workouts. Just trying not to share anything. We made sure that they've all got their individual, water bottles, towels, different things, and just trying to stay socially distanced the best you can at practice, which is a little bit easier being an outdoor sports compared to indoor sports and stuff. But I've just really been proud of them. They have bought in. They know we need all of our team this year to be successful. If we do miss somebody for whatever reason it might be, that they're ready to step up. We're really practicing hard. Everybody playing lots of different positions, just in case COVID does hit or regular sickness hits or anything happens, unforeseen. But I'm really excited about how our kids have, done a good job of buying in, and they know it's just a different year, but they're fully excited about getting ready to play.
Okay, well, you talked briefly there about how we play in the toughest conference in the nation. You look at the rankings every year. You can't debate that. So just talk a bit about the conference as a whole this year, what you've kind of tried to tell these younger players to get ready, because even your returning players only got one series in conference play last year. So talk a bit about how you're preaching the conference intensity and level of play that they're going to have this season.
Yeah, you're exactly right about even our returners didn't get to play but 2 games in conference. So they didn't usually coming in. We have a good group of veterans that's been through all the battles of the 28 games in conference, then the state tournament, then regions, World Series if you make it. We had all that coming back last year with those 10 sophomores who went on the World Series team. And I think these 4 that were with us, they learned a lot from that bunch. They just didn't get to go through it all. So they have really been trying to tell the freshmen what they know, what to expect. But until February 27th, we got Jones coming to us. That's going to knock it out of the park first thing, just like last year we played Gulf Coast first series. So our association doesn't cut us any slack with who we open up with. We had 4 teams in our state ranked in the top 12 in the preseason poll. That's just a common. We're going to have 4 or 5 teams every year or every week in the top 20. That's who you're going to play. So I think our girls are ready for the challenge. We recruited some that played on some really high-level high school teams, a lot of success, and travel ball teams. So they've been in some wars before, and they're ready for the challenge.
All right, Coach. Well, lastly, let's just talk briefly about what the team goals are for this year. What you guys are trying to, of course, everybody's goal in preseason is win a ring. I know that, but just talk a bit about what some of the team goals are week to week to get ready for this season and as it progresses.
Our number one goal right now is just staying healthy, getting strong, and staying healthy to get ready to start off this season and get those 7 non-conference playing dates before we open up conference play. Just trying to stay as healthy as we can. But then, moving forward, we want to make the playoffs. That's your first ultimate goal, is being in the top 8 in the conference, to be in the playoffs. After you're in the playoffs, you want to try to move up as high as you can. We'd love to win a regular season championship again like we did 2 years ago. But you got to earn it. They don't give them away, And then once you make the playoffs, then you can start thinking about those bigger goals that everybody has. Because this time of year right now, everybody wants to win a state championship, a regional, a national. But who's working for it? Because it's going to matter these first few games that we get started here between now and spring break, or between now and Easter. I think with our schedule, they got us playing 9 conference games, and then we have a 10-day off period for COVID makeup games and stuff. And how many teams are going to be affected by that and have to make up a lot of games that week? And then we got a little time off when we finish up the regular season conference play before the state tournament starts to make up some games there too. So it's just going to be a resilient team of being ready anytime, anywhere, just being ready to play, because I figure we're going to have some delays just like we've seen in other sports already here with football and basketball.
All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time and best of luck this season.
Appreciate it. Go Tribe.
Brought to you by Renaissance Bank, the bank that understands you. Learn more at renaissancebank.com.